couple of weeks ago, and Ambassador Oren, who has not filled your shoes in the embassy in Washington, much time this May, he came on and did his usual thing, talking about what extraordinary cooperation we have with the Obama administration in all areas, and how the Americans were going to maintain our qualitative edge with the Arabs at the same time that, Hagel had already walked back his supposed pledge to give us 1 million of these missiles and, 100 billion of those missiles, and it gives those things, and saying, no, actually, we didn't mean that. We were just sort of talking among friends, over drinks, and I said maybe we would think about it. And I couldn't help feeling that this was just deeply disturbing and pathetic. Because, as Professor Aaron said, we at 65 should not be worrying about whether somebody else is going to preserve our ability to defend ourselves. It's really up to us, and we can't be schnorring for our military procurement. And actually, our dependence on aid from the United States to our military, I think, is really like a welfare mentality. We act like we can't do without. We have GDP growth per year of 3.5%, 4%. The Americans have 1% growth, and the Europeans have negative growth. What are we whining about? We should be able to finance our own defense at this point, and this breeding of this welfare mentality among the leadership of our military establishment has been extremely debilitating to our strategic understanding of events. So we're constantly taking into consideration what other people are telling us we should be thinking about instead of what we're most concerned about or have to be most concerned about. And we shouldn't be making allowance for other people's idiocies because we're receiving from them military assistance that from an economic perspective we would be better off with them. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. And another thing was, I think what the other thing was from the United States, which is all this IRS persecution of the Tea Party movement and the incredible audits and the delays in giving nonprofit status to non-liberal organizations by the IRS during 2 election cycles, before the 2010 elections and then up to and past the 2012 presidential election. And I think that the thing that's so interesting to me about the Tea Party movement, and that we see changing here as well, is that it's actually just like the original Tea Party movement in Boston Harbor in the 18th century was. This is a revolutionary movement in the United States, which is why it's considered to be so dangerous. Because the Tea Party, in essence, both the founding fathers of the United States and the people who are being persecuted by Obama's IRS today, are elites. And a revolution, we care a lot about revolutions being violent, but the truth of the matter is that revolutions, as I think John Adams said, begin in the hearts and minds of men. And the whole notion